Let's have a look at how to cultivate rapport. I honestly believe that rapport is a skill that can be learned and does need to be practiced, just as we would sort of grow a muscle, really. Subtly match non-verbal communication, tone, and patterns. Pick out favorite phrases, words, and ways of speaking and use them. This is what is known as mirroring, matching and mirroring. I'm sure many of you have heard of that. The idea behind matching and mirroring is that we very subtly and gently replicate or repeat different terminology, even the tone of speech that someone is using, so that we'll build a kind of rapport, a synchronicity with them. What is very, very interesting here, though, is that the more we do that, the more we make ourselves come into a sort of a rapport building harmony or synchronicity with the other person, we will actually gain control of the conversation, of the communication. So in other words, the more synchronicity we get into with them by repeating tone of voice, words, even body language, if we then decide to go faster because we've slowed down with them, they will speed up with us. It's called pacing and leading. So if you try it, the basic rule of it is when you start to lead, others will want to follow. So that's the point. So subtly listen. One way that you can do it is by listening to what's known as the predicates as well. So the predicates are different types of language that our clients use. There are three types of predicates, which I'll just quickly share with you. There is the visual predicates. I see where you're going with this. This looks good to me. So visual. There's auditory predicates. I hear where you're going with this. This sounds good to me. Or the kinesthetic predicate. I get a good feeling about this. So if you happen to notice that your client is using one of those predicates, you want to gently and subtly mirror back that terminology. Because if you didn't, it might even create a bit of a sort of a crash in the conversation. It would create tension or friction, which of course we don't want. Someone says, I hear you clearly, and you say, yes, this looks good, doesn't it? To me, that's creating friction. We want to be harmonizing with our clients in terms of how they